Oh, look at the little Bugsy. Look at him. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Christmas, your face is cut off, baby. Look. Happy Tuesday. We're having a little bit of internet / power things going on because of the storms that are crossing Houston right now. So I apologize if we lose you or for the delay in time. We lost power a few times today, but the generator kicks on, but it takes a minute for the internet to reset. So that is why I'm late today. But I see everybody getting connected now, so I feel like I'm back on track, which is great news. Y'all sick of seeing these puppies yet? Y'all sick of the view of me on the floor? We only got a couple more weeks before they're actually, we probably have one more week before they're like running. And I think that we're going to see some eyes open pretty dang soon. Oh, what's happening over there? Darlene? Look at this little squirrel here. Look at her little face. Oh, she's so close. So close to having those eyes open. I know it's coming any day soon. She's getting so big. Holly Darlene, not just Darlene, but I like to call her Darlene. I can't help it. Her little nose is all smushed, and it makes me like, oh, you're so sleepy. Can't wait to see what she looks like when she gets bigger. I also can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what they do when they're running around and, after they get their first shot so we can actually put them outside and play with them. Like, I know that that's Lester's like most favorite time. I love it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to try something here with Facebook and hope that I don't screw up the whole shebang. Hold on. Because I feel like when I look at the YouTube camera that I'm looking down at Facebook. Okay, that's better. I just lowered it a little bit more. So it's Tuesday, and in my mad dash rush, I grabbed the same drink that I drank last week, which is very unlike me, but it was good. So yay. Yay for some Five Farms County Cork, Ireland, Irish cream liqueur. Again, if you missed last week, it's delicious. And I promise I'll have a new drink next week. People have said, no box yet. No, not yet. We knew we had a few more days to get them an actual box, and things are going well. She's on the heating pad. We change out the towel every other day because it doesn't get messy because they don't do anything yet. She takes care of all of it. So Lester has plans of building the box here in the next couple days. Oh, okay. Sorry, Christmas. This one's for Mom. This is not a Christmas drink. Sorry, baby. All right, friends. Cheers to Timeout Tuesday. So I'm going to set that a little bit out of the way in case Christmas decides to get up. Because she's at that point where she'll take breaks. She'll take full-on breaks from the babe. She'll come out and play with us and do chores with us, that type of thing. But they're getting more and more used to not being so attached to her, too. Everybody's just waking up from a big old nap. We had some really big storms, no tornadoes. Some of the roads do have water across them in Plum Grove in the usual spot. I know Plum Grove, I'm scooting closer. Plum Grove has a flash flooding, warning. It is not river flooding. It's just that it rained a lot in a very short amount of time and the ground was already saturated. So there are normal low spots on Plum Grove Road that water does cross. and it prevents passing for a while. They'll reroute people. Um, and well, it usually goes down in a few hours as long as it stops raining. And it says it's going to stop raining, so that's a win from that standpoint. We don't anticipate there being flooding, like legit flooding or river flooding at this time, but I am keeping a close eye on things. Stephanie usually does as well. So Stephanie is who taught me the websites and things to watch for notifications and to be able to pay attention to river levels about where we are, because the river, there's a lot of points where it will flood and not flood and can come out and that type of thing. So can I play with Bear a little bit? I want to play with Bear. Okay, this big old guy. So oh. So everybody's okay. There's nobody's homes are flooding, things like that. Ritzy is in the background, which is what Christmas is nervous about. Ritzy is walking behind camera here, just sniffing around. And everybody gets along fine, but nobody's allowed near the babies, except for me and Lester, of course. But I think the storms are mostly past us, which is great. Ritzy, she doesn't want to play with you. Sorry. I told you. Sorry for that view, y'all. She'll be back. It'll be fine. My little bear guy has the cutest puppy breath ever. Oh, he's like, put me down. I want to just be comfy. I want to be comfy by everybody else. Do not drink my drink. No, Christmas, you cannot have that. Listen, you're nursing. You cannot be drinking alcohol. That's a rule, Mama. No, that's my drink. You cannot have alcohol. I'm so sorry. I know that I'd probably want alcohol if I had 6 kids at once too. But for those of us, those states and places that are east of us, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, I think even North and South Carolina are going to get some of those storms that we got through here today. They were rough. Legitimately, it rained sideways most of the day. It brought a really nasty cold front. Lester fed the animals extra green hay today and made sure that they had extra fuel to be able to withstand. I know there's a few tornadoes that hit in the Texas area, and it was a really nasty weather day today. So I don't know where the tornadoes hit in Texas, but man, I feel so bad. I feel so bad because the weather behind tornadoes right now is cold, and it's very different than what I would expect. I know that parts in the middle of the country are getting like 5 to 10 inches of snow. Xander's really hoping that he doesn't have class tomorrow. He's got a lot going on. And he has a paper to write tonight. I'm like, don't you not write that paper and count on school not happening tomorrow, college school. I was like, because it's still, they could say, we live in a virtual world and you're an adult, and they can be like, yeah, just send it in anyway, because it's still due. So I teased him about that today. He's like, Mom, I'll get it done. It'll be fine. But what's wrong with you, baby? So exciting news tomorrow. Jake's Lissa is coming to town, I think, and they're coming to see their little baby tomorrow. Christmas, did you need love today? You're kind of blocking the view of puppies right now. I mean, people love you, but I think they wanted to see your babies. I think that they don't want to see me. I don't think they want to see me and you hang out. I think they wanted to see babies. Can we do that? Is that possible? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to hold a baby. There we go. Look. This baby. Can I hold this baby? Okay. You clean him up and I'll hold him. How about that? Sorry, y'all get to see this show on live. Somebody says, how many babies are y'all going to end up keeping? Hopefully none. Lester has been handling some of the communication on that and seeing about who's going to go where and what's going on. And I got a few more emails today that I haven't been able to respond to yet. So we're working on it. I know this little guy will be seen around Plum Grove. I know that Holly Darlene has a place, and I know that Pugsley has a place, and Wednesday has a place. So that leaves us with Rocky and Bear, right? Yeah, Rocky and Bear so far. So we'll see. They sure are sweet, and they're about to get sweeter. They're going to be at that really sweet and cute age, and I can't wait, where they will move to a whelping box in the garage. And why are you scratching like that? You don't have fleas. Don't make them believe that you are all fleazy. You're not fleazy. You might be a floozy, but you're not fleazy. They're changing their shape so much. So like this little guy looked like a Chihuahua for a while, and right now he kind of looks like Spuds McKenzie. I know that they're like growing into their features, but they sure are something else. Today they're very tired, but they're also very relaxed. I don't know if you noticed this. This is the first time that I think that I've held them this long. Christmas, you're moving the computer, baby. You're literally typing right now. You cannot type. This is the longest that they've like let me hold them and not squeal or go crazy in a long time. And I know that Mom is right here, but normally still they squeal like crazy. Not today. Somebody says, I think Lester wants to keep Bear. Lester wants to keep them all. You know, Lester loves puppies, like loves puppies. But we cannot keep them all. You know why? Because we have a lot of work to do. And I know that y'all saw the Weenie Wagon yesterday. And sadly, I didn't get to go out in it today because of the weather, and just my work schedule was very busy today. But Bear, or let's see here. Who hasn't come up here? Rocky? No. Rocky's a bit of a whiner, y'all. Rocky is a bit of a even after his little procedure, he's a little bit of a whiner. See that whole wiggle worm stuff? He's the wiggler by far. So the Weenie Wagon, or as I'm calling it now, I'm calling it the Teeny Weenie Wagon. And let me tell you why. Because a lot of people pointed out that Weenie Wagon might be misconstrued for something really inappropriate. And I was like, oh, I don't want to be confused for a rolling mini brothel driving around. And Lester made a joke. He was like, yeah, here's this blonde chick driving out in a Spanish neighborhood with the words in the future that say Weenie Wagon on the side of it. What do you think people are going to say, Jamie? I'm like, So I better put some paw prints on it. I better find some other terminology in there as well and be real clear about my mission here. And I'm still defining that mission. You know, I am excited about this journey, about being able to help these dogs that I just think have no one. And I also want to be able to I want to be able to shed light on what's going on in a bigger way. And I know that I do with y'all. Lester and I both do with y'all, but I want locally for people to pay attention and not just to be able to look the other way. And when you see other people doing good deeds, I think that inspires others to do small things too. You know, I think there's this fear of people wanting to help for like, I mean, I want to bring them all home. I want to bring them all home. I want to make them all better. I want to fix them all. I want to show them all a better life through adoption, through Christmas. Nobody wants to see, baby, you're showing them your parts, baby. Come on. Come on, love. You can't. Okay, there we go. I want to do big things in big ways, but they take small steps is the best way that I can put that. And in my mind and in my heart, I know that I can't just go out there and start loading up every single dog that I see and bringing them back to the sanctuary. Number one, we're not equipped for that. Number two, I don't have all the right channels and paths and things to do. I have the right intentions, but I want to be knowledgeable about resources. I want to make sure that I don't fail, and not because of like ego or pride or anything like that, but because of the animals. I don't want to fail them. I don't want to put them in a worse off situation than they're in already. And I want to make sure that I'm abiding by the laws, but I'm also making a difference in a way that has a bigger picture long term. So does that mean that I start small and do what we can with what we have? Maybe. It definitely means that going out to feed these dogs and bringing them water, and being able to give them a better day is step one. But there are bigger steps around this, and the teeny weenie wagon, it makes people look. And when people look at what you're doing and can see that those tiny little things make a difference, it makes them want to do it too, I think. And it would make me want to. I know that. And to be able to think that something so small could make a difference. Christmas is over here rolling around like, pay attention to me right now. But you know, our own dogs who have blessed us with their presence, of course. Excuse me, ma'am. Christmas. Maggie and Suki are the inspiration around it, and so I'm going to tie them into it as well. I want some some signs on the little teeny weeny wagon about what we're doing. You know, I want to. I have to put a you know, that slow moving orange sign that goes in the back of like farm equipment. It needs to go on the back of the teeny weeny wagon, and be able to make sure that people know that I'm going to stop for strays. And that could be cats, that could be dogs. Heck, I guess it could be chickens at this point in time, because those are out and about too. But, and then I'm going to see where this goes. Lester and I have talked about purchasing a lot out in that area to be able to build a dog shelter and to be able to start a rescue out there and start with rehoming. But in reality, I don't have the time to be at another spot. So it kind of has to be either at Longhorn Lester's or at I'm a Survivor. I cannot spread myself any more thin. And it's not like there's a ton of money to be made. You know, it's not about making money. So I wouldn't be able to employ people. It would require volunteers, but then it would require someone to manage those volunteers. And that's where I feel like it needs to be at one of our places, and to start small and then just go bigger. And people are saying, what's the goal with the wagon? The goal with the wagon is to bring awareness. The goal with the wagon is to use it as my vehicle to go feed animals. It's quiet. It's economical. I'm not worried about running over any dogs or anything like that. But it makes people look. And to be able to utilize that to store, you know, I bought some totes to put dog food in the back and the treats and whatnot. And a lot of people sent some really neat ideas for biodegradable bowls, like tortillas or lettuce, you know, like a lettuce leaf, that type of thing. The water thing is a little bit more tricky. I'm working on that. But the goal really is to make a difference. That's my goal. This is like something that has been on my heart probably since before I could talk. If I found a stray cat or a dog or anything when I was little, I brought it home. And I have always been an animal lover, just never took it to this level. I've always wanted to help. I have volunteered in the past at other shelters. I don't know if you've ever heard, if you live in the Midwest, you probably know about Stray Rescue in St. Louis. They actually took over the St. Louis County Animal Shelter with their services, and I've volunteered with them several times when I still lived up there. And we're not stopping farm animals. Farm animals are still our thing. That's still who we are. But the dog situation has gotten to be so bad and so heartbreaking that I can't look anywhere else. If it's right in front of me, I can't pass it up. I can't ignore it. I can't look the other way or anything else. And I don't want others to either. And if I bring awareness to it on a local level and on a global level like this, just by leading by example, then I think that I'm fulfilling my own mission and Suki's mission and Maggie's mission, because both Suki and Maggie were amazing dogs when it came to welcoming new animals into our lives, whether it's goats or chickens or ducks or horses or cows or other dogs or cats or anything like that. They were always supportive. They stood by us. They watched us through all those things, and they never snarled or growled or heard anything else like that. So I think that we can make a difference. So I'm going to. Randy from Stray Rescue. Yes, I've worked with Randy. Randy's a great guy, and I hope. Oh, baby, you having bad dreams? Little Moo here is having a bad dream. I hope that it evolves to something bigger, and I don't know what that is yet, but we're going to take it one day at a time and embrace every bit of it. Oh my goodness, baby. And I hope to partner with, Dr. Cochran, Dr. Priestley. There are a lot of people like, maybe you could partner with them and they would do the spay and neuter for free. I don't expect anybody to do anything for free that takes their time, other than to just be kind in all of the efforts. There are some vets that I think are tired and are burnt out. And when you call and say, hey, I have a stray that I've rescued, like sometimes I can feel their eyes roll on the phone, from the front desk person, from the vets themselves. I feel like, here, Pugsley, it's your turn. I feel like his tongue's in. You see that? He's looking more and more like a black lab. I feel like some people's heart just isn't in it. And maybe it's because they've seen the worst of situations and the worst of human beings, and they feel like it's never ending. But I don't know. This is a big deal to us. And I hope that others start to jump in on the bandwagon too. I hope that we can either get some laws or ordinances, and it goes so much deeper than tiny little Plum Grove. But I think that it's like it's in me. Like it's in me. So the teeny weeny wagon is just a vehicle to help us. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't like that? You didn't like when I said teeny weeny? You're not teeny weeny. Oh, okay. Sorry, baby. You see their little claws have come in now? Look how long they are. Their little paws are forming. They went to the vet, and they're doing really well. Everybody's doing really well. His tongue came out for just a second. He was like, oh no, I'm not keeping that in. I got to let it all hang out. So I want to, somebody sent this really cute logo yesterday of the teeny weeny wagon, and they took a sticker of my head, like they cut out my head and put it hanging out the window, and it looks hilarious. I'll have to post it. I'll post it as a story after we're done talking here. But it was so cute because it's like all cartoon, and here's my little head sticking out of the window of the teeny weeny wagon, and I was like, that's pretty neat. What a special thing to be remembered for and for doing, because I feel like it's a big deal. So We'll see. There are a lot of places that are overwhelmed with dog rescue, and Christmas is going to try to climb me right now. You coming? Oh, okay. You don't want to see the babies. You just want to see me. Ow, baby. Okay. Thank you for loving me. We got really, sweetie, you can't push me off of here. I brought this pillow here. We could share. Oh gosh. So, okay, are you done now? Somebody says, do I have my pearls on in the cartoon? Of course I have my pearls on in the cartoon. It wouldn't be me if I didn't have my pearls on. Christmas definitely wants the attention. A lot of people said, Dr. Priestley, have you talked to Dr. Priestley about starting a donation fund? I haven't, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sweetie, it's not, you cannot drink my alcohol. Stop it. She's so silly. You're going to step on the computer. I'm not sharing alcohol with the dog. That's not going to happen. Anyway, I know there's a lot of grants and funding, federal funding for things like that. So I'm going to look into all of that. And if I can work with a program to be able to get it done and get low cost done, I absolutely will. But it's just the beginning. And I'm excited about it. We're both excited about it. We being Lester and I. And we're going to take it one day at a time. And that's the best that we can do. We'll see. Who knows what will come out of this, but I know that our first rescue has been a really great success. Christmas is doing really well, and I feel like we made a difference in 7 total lives instead of just 1, and that she got to have her babies in a warm space where she didn't have to leave them to go for food, where she didn't have to make a decision about sacrificing herself or sacrificing her babies. And she's had a full belly every single day, like a super, super, super full belly every single day. And she's really happy. And they're very happy. And they're very healthy. And we'll see. We'll just see what happens. I did not tell my mother or anybody the secret about the little mini truck before it came, other than Lester. And I actually kept it. A lot of people said, how did Lester keep that a secret for so long? I didn't tell Lester till like 10 days before it came. No joke. I had talked to him about it for a long time, and he just kept saying, like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, like, there's a lot of paperwork that goes into it. And it's a big decision to just bring something into our lives that we weren't really searching for. And when I made the decision to do it, I was like, I'm just going to wait and see if it really happens. Because sometimes things can be like, you know, like they're like it's email and stuff like that. And when you don't talk to human beings, you just kind of think like, well, if it happens, it happens. So I didn't want to like stress about it or anything, because it was going to be like 9 weeks from that time. So I waited till about 10 days before it happened, knowing that the delivery was confirmed and it was coming. And that's where we really started to put things into play. And of course, we had already rescued Christmas. We'd already been doing our parts each and every time that we left the house. We've been looking for Santa every day. And like all of these things just sort of started to add up and have come to this. And well, here we are with some beautiful babes. Where's Wednesday? I haven't shown you yet. This is who has surprised me probably somewhat of the most in her size. She has grown like crazy over the last couple days. They are 9 days old now. And she looks so black to me, but in the vet's office, the lighting proved that she was very chocolatey. She was very dark chocolatey, and I believe that she and Pugsley are they're all siblings, but I think they share a dad. I think. I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, well, they could have been, yellow labs have black labs, yellow labs can have different colors and things like that. But when you look at all their faces and you kind of line them up, you can see that she and Pugsley are very similar in their features by far. They're the only two that match, to be honest with you. They're the only two matching pair currently. Now Monday and Moo were matches as well, and I'm fairly certain that they belong to Little Santa. And I haven't seen Santa in a few days again, and I think that he must go he must go somewhere for a while and then come back after something happens. And I thought to myself, like, does he belong to someone, or does he find a home in someone that comes home on the weekends or something like that? Or, has he found a place to stay where people come home on the weekends and they feed him on the week, like they're kind as well, and they're home and they feed him on the weekends, and then during the week when they're gone at work, does he have to go find food? I don't know the answer. I bought Ritzy this thing called Wags. It's a little GPS collar thing that goes on, and I thought about next time I see him, if there's any way I could get close to him to put this on him. It's a collar, which is a pipe dream to get that close to Santa. But if I could, and I could put it on him, I could figure out where he's going. It's kind of silly to sound like I'm tracking the dog. That is Christmas eating her food. The bulb is behind the camera. I promise you that I'm not sitting here crunching something at all. Oh boy. We'll see. A little Wednesday here. She's so cute. YouTube can't see this, but now they can. She's all climbing on top of Pugsley. Y'all have been really kind in some of the things that you've sent for them. I'm really excited to see them be able to play with those toys when they get a little bit bigger. People have sent puppy food. People have sent dog food. They sent energy bars for dogs, which I didn't even know existed. We fed some to the dog in the video, but then we also fed some yesterday while we were out and about. So it's been good. It's the mini truck is a funny little thing. It really is a golf cart with a truck shell, but it has heat and AC. So it's kind of neat. It is considered street legal in places that have ordinances that allow them. I know where I'm from, up in Illinois, they allow them in certain towns. You have to go buy a sticker that they've, passed inspection. They have to have blinkers, they have to have brake lights, that type of thing. So, and then you have to put the slow moving vehicle thing behind. Like, it just all depends on where you live. Like, they're not meant to be driven like down a highway or anything like that. And even the main road, where if you watch the video of the mini truck where the guys were taking the video and stuff, I probably won't go on that road again. That's a very it's a fast moving road compared to the mini truck. It has like a 35 mile an hour speed limit, but people go like 40, 45 on it. So it was a little bit scary and during a busy time to be driving that truck. So I think that we'll just stick to the side streets for a while, and the Valero's on a side street, and you can get around by just using side streets. But we had to test her out, so we did, and it was good. I told Lester that I would love to see. I mean, it's a 4-seater, but it's meant for smaller people than all of us. But I think it would also be hilarious to see he and Uncle Dan get in that thing together in the front seat, so you could see two big, broad-chested men and how they fit. And it might look like a clown car, but that's okay. I would laugh hysterically and not. Oh, baby, you're kicking stuff. I wouldn't want you to miss out on that either, so I'll be sure to record it if that ever does happen. It would be absolutely to die for. Baby, sweetie, my love. You're going to flash people again, baby. Sweetie. Okay. I'm sorry for all of that. Christmas is a really good mama. Like, I loved Maggie, but this girl is an amazing mama. She protects them. She cares for them. She will, even when she's taking a break, she will take a break in the distance to be able to see them. And for a stray little dog, her maternal instincts are on point. That's for sure. My little gas station dog actually behaves better than the rest of our dogs, which is also crazy. But, you know, what I was talking about you just a little bit. For any of you that watched the live on Sunday where Lester was trying to tell the story about me getting new boots at Tractor Supply and how he had to, wait like forever. And then some other man comes hauling stuff out or whatever. I just want to call out and say that he is a liar. I really was in there like 7 minutes. Okay. So that's just because it's Timeout Tuesday and I can say it without him being here, that I was in a flash in and out of Tractor Supply that night in the quickest way possible, because first of all, that man offered to load up all of my stuff. So who am I to say no, I got it, and be all like no, I'm not. No, if somebody wants to do the heavy lifting for me, I will absolutely say yes. And when I saw those cute little boots, which I will show you in a video, I think Thursday's video is that I made a little video that shows my new boots in them. They're short little booty, like work boots. They're nothing like, they're not like cowboy boots or anything like that. Like I didn't have to like get all glam and like, I just put them on my feet and they were heavenly. And then I grabbed the pants that were sitting right next to him. And if y'all know, if you shop for your man's pants, you literally look for the size 34, 32. You don't have to look for, are they curvy? Are they straight? Are they relaxed? None of those things. You just buy the size and they fit magically, which is crap. Okay. It is crap that men can have that situation. And we look at a size and we're like, oh, a 14. Yeah. A 14 is not a 14 is not a 14. And a 14 in the exact same, let's just say you go with bootcut jeans of the same brand, 2 different colors. You want to go like dark blue, light blue. You have to try them both on because they don't fit the same way. Why? Oh, why do they do that to us? I do not know. But point being is I was buying man pants, a simple pair of slip-on boots, totes, and some chicken feed. Actually, it was ostrich feed that has a rooster on the front. But it really was like the fastest, to the point that as I'm checking out and paying, the guy goes, which truck is yours? And he's walking out in front of me while I'm finishing up paying because I was like, I'm going to hurry. I'm so sorry. He's like, it's okay. I'll help you do all this XYZ. And then out hops Lester out the truck. Like all of a sudden he's had this miraculous recovery of events and being able to do all these things, which is hilarious, by the way. But it's funny how men get when they get all like competitive of like, oh no, I'm not going to have like, some other man out there helping my girl. It's ridiculous, the competition that happens there. I just noticed something about Wednesday that I haven't talked about yet as I'm touching her. Look at her little dusty little paws. Look at her little dusty little boots. She's got gray boots on her, gray booties, I'll say. Pugsley doesn't have that. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Pugsley is sad that he doesn't have it. But little Wednesday has some gray booties on. Lester needs a mini truck. Lester can borrow the mini truck all he wants to. Look, I guess he does have just a little bit, just the very tips of his toesies have gray on him. But yeah, like that guy had no idea about it and didn't care about anything. He was just doing his job. Probably wanted a tip. Like he was just happy to be alive, and offered to help a lady load her stuff. And who was I to say no to him and deny him to do what he wanted to do? Sure made Lester hop out of that truck fast. So it was pretty funny. But I am telling you, it really was like the fastest Tractor Supply trip ever. It was like 7 minutes or less of in and out. And I mean, I can do some shopping, but not really at Tractor Supply. Not like that. Not like, baby, you're walking towards the computer. You gotta go this way. I'm not going to go like spend an hour on Tractor Supply. I'm not even really going to spend 30 minutes in there unless I'm waiting for the case to be unlocked for medicine or something like that. And even then, I'm getting frustrated at that point in time because Tractor Supply has like, I don't know, 3 aisles. And I don't go up and down every one of them, okay? Seeds. Okay, I'll actually admit this. If there were chicks or plants that were ready to be purchased, he could probably use it took her 15 minutes this time. But there were neither of those things. And I already have all of the seeds that I could possibly want or need because I may have dove in and ordered them from my dealer who happens to be me Gardner and has no idea who I am, and I call him my dealer because it makes me sound cooler than the crazy stalker lady who has gone through like 20 seed catalogs a million times. So, yeah. Tractor Supply, I already have what they have to offer as far as seeds go and things that I want to grow around here. I did watch this crazy video today though. So this morning, for whatever reason, Lester and I both woke up crazy early. Like he was awake at 3:30 and I was awake at 4:30, and we're both just staring like, okay, I guess this is when we're starting our day today. So he's probably exhausted. He might even be napping right now. He went to I'm a Survivor this afternoon to do the chores, and I stayed here because of work and because I was going to hang out with y'all. I need a drink. Hold on before I tell this story. Okay. So I watched this video and it was about growing lettuce, and they were growing them in this tower, and they started them all in like normal seedling things. And then they took them and they put them in this like PVC pipe that had slits. There was no soil in that. It was just water. And the water like cycled through these things. And like it was 3 weeks and they were growing these giant lettuce heads of all different kinds of lettuce. And my mind was blown because I'm so sorry, baby. I love lettuce, especially homegrown lettuce, but everything here also loves homegrown lettuce like a treat. And that is a treat that I could actually offer Dixie, like a couple leaves of lettuce a day as a treat, which for her would feel like a big mental boost as well. So I'm very like looking for ways to grow lettuce that is staggered because I don't have a very big garden here. I have a bigger one at I'm a Survivor. But I kind of envision using the I'm a Survivor one for other things that the peacocks aren't going to destroy. I have some work to do over there to make sure the peacocks aren't going to get it. Yeah, hydroponics does grow fast is what I understand. But these things were like homemade, and they were like this like 4-inch PVC pipe that was like 6 or 8 foot tall, sitting in a bucket at the bottom. And they literally had these little, the garden fountain pumps. Like I used to have one that was on top of our pool in the winter to be able to skim the water off the top. Like it just has this like little tiny, like 1/4-inch clear hose. And it's only about a 4x6 little pump that is submersible, and it just pumps, you plug it in, it pumps the water out. Well, they were using it to run through the back, the inside of their pipe or whatever. Like I was just intrigued by the number one, how much lettuce that they could grow in this tower. It looked beautiful. And then the way that they were staggering their growth to be able to, because I learned last year that like when I grew my lettuce and I grew my carrots and I grew everything, it was already all at once. And if you aren't into canning, which I haven't learned enough about yet, and preservation, then all of a sudden you have all of this produce at once and like you don't know what to do with it. So I feel like I need, like, my goals this year obviously are to grow different things and to do that, but also to be able to stagger it out. So because I don't think that preserving lettuce sounds like a stellar idea. I would just like to be able to eat it as it grows. And then, of course, the overflow I can use for animals here. Lester doesn't eat lettuce. No one else eats lettuce except for me. So it would be me and the animals. But if I grow it, I would like to be able to space it out to where it grows to where I can keep eating it, where it's not just all at once. And I want to look into those tower things because it was awesome. I also learned from the Farmer's Almanac that we're in like this super moon phase right now, which apparently is like the best time to plant all your seedlings, both in ground and in your little pod thingies between now and February 14th. So I'll be doing that this week as well. I'm really excited about that. I have my seeds. This sounds so silly. I have my seeds organized by the time. Baby, this is Rocky. Here, let me help you. Let me help you. There we go. I have my seeds organized by how far out I need to plant them because, for people who garden, because I didn't know any of this before really this year that I've really, really learned about it, that some take 6 to 8 weeks to germinate, some take 3 to 4, like to where you can plant them in the little seed pods before you plant them in the garden. So I have them all labeled and lined out about this date for these, this date for these, this date for these, because you want to kind of work backwards from the predicted last frost, which is a total gamble as well. So part of my project this past weekend was preparing an area to do some of this indoors. So I basically made like an indoor greenhouse with grow lights, and I'm excited to bring that to y'all and to be able to get this stuff going, and to show you that it doesn't cost normally. You don't have to have like a giant greenhouse. You don't have to have like big fancy things to start some of the things that I'm growing. And I want to freeze dry this year. I want to can this year. I want to make jellies and jams, and I want to eventually become sustainable, self-sustainable. So the orchard is really important to me this year, and we're in the process of moving that. If you've been watching any of Lester's videos, you know that there's some big projects happening here to be able to move all of that. So there's a lot of that coming, and that may be very boring to some people, but to me, it's exciting because it's new and because I've never, until this past summer, been able to grow a thing. I could walk by plants and they would die. Like, my whole family would make jokes about it, that I couldn't even gift plants that I had to actually touch to bring to them because they were doomed. It was bad. I don't know what kind of cloud that I have, but for whatever reason, this past year, my mom came down and helped me plant my garden, and it got me on the right foot. And now I've taken a lot of time to really learn, and I'm hopeful that we're going to have a pretty successful year this year with just a variety of things. I would love to learn a great spaghetti sauce recipe. We eat a lot of spaghetti. That's one of Lex's most favorite foods. So I would love to grow the tomatoes, the basil, and to be able to make some soups and make some spaghetti sauce, and to be able to utilize those tomatoes for salsa. I'll grow some jalapenos this year. I do have 2 avocado trees. But I won't see fruit off of my trees probably for several more years. So we'll see how that goes. And but I want a decent sized strawberry patch. Of course, green beans. Everybody here eats green beans, peas, corn, of course, tomatoes. I would really like to get good at okra. Last year I grew some. I got 3 pieces. Last year was a lot of trial just to see. Carrots, everybody eats carrots, so that's going to be good. And somebody asked, do we have a big chest freezer? We do not have a big chest freezer, but I think the ability to do the freeze dry thing doesn't require a freezer, and then of course canning doesn't either. So I think I'll be okay from that standpoint. A lot of people are talking about the I'm a Survivor garden. The I'm a Survivor garden is going to have to get a ceiling. I told Lester that this weekend. He was just like, oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I don't know what else to do. I can't buy 6 blow up floppy men to just place in there every day and plug in and turn on to keep the peacocks out of it. Nothing else goes in there besides the peacocks. I don't know what else to do other than to put up a pole in the middle and a pole on the 4 corners and seriously put bird netting across the top, because I that garden is really important to us as a memorial garden as well, like as a really neat place. But I want to grow things that produce for us to be able to eat as well. And I am not growing a garden for the peacocks. I'm sorry. I'm just not. They're great. They're really beautiful. And Jack is going to be stunning. Jack's colors are like electric blue. And Diane has this really neat turquoise green about her. But I'm just not, I don't want the garden to just be for them. I just don't. Just not. I'm selfish. Sorry. Somebody says, don't water the okra. The hotter, the drier it is, the better it produces. Really? I had no idea. I know that Stephanie's doing a lot of gardening too, so I'm hoping to be able to partner with her on some of the things that she knows, and that'll be really fun. But the bird netting is absolutely necessary at I'm a Survivor. I didn't have a predator issue at Longhorn Lester's. I had an ostrich issue, but I don't think that they're going to be out and about much this year. And a lot of the gardening plans that I have, like I have some of those green stalks that Angie and Wes brought us when I'm a Survivor, and they put, oh my gosh, the flowers that are in it, are they petunias? They put flowers in there, but people grow greens in them. They grow herbs. They grow strawberries in them. So I actually found a discount code through Cog Hill to be able to use some gift cards that I had from Christmas from my grandparents to be able to buy myself 2 green stalks for Longhorn Lester's. And I'm going to grow strawberries in one, and then in the other, I am still in debate about what to put in all of that. So if you have any advice, I would. Pansies, that's what that was in the green stock. Thank you. Do you know that some of those pansies survived that freeze that we had, that like 4-day freeze? They survived 15-degree temperatures. I don't even know how. The snapdragons didn't survive, but the rose bushes did. And some of the pansies did, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. It is going to freeze here tomorrow night, and the weather is going to be pretty ugly as far as like cold temps and the wind chill goes here the next couple days. So I have to do some covering again, and I'm in debate right now about actually putting blankets on Dixie and Beverly tomorrow night. I will walk out and see how it feels and see what their demeanor is. It was a very wet day today, and they got out and about a few times. And that makes me feel like they're like, if it was me and I was out cold, wet all day, I would want to warm up at night, but I would want to be dry. So I can't put the blankets on them if they're wet, but tomorrow is supposed to be dry, just cold. So I'll make a judgment call tomorrow afternoon about putting the blankets on them and seeing how, what their reaction is to it. And I don't want them to get hot and sweat or anything. And I say it's only going to be 32, but the wind chill is something like 27 or something like that. So I think I'll make a judgment call tomorrow on that, but I do have to take care of plants. I do have to put some extra hay in for the goats. Of course, Lester and I are feeding everybody at both properties extra to be able to sustain it. The feathers at I'm a Survivor will go in the coop, and the heat lamp will be on. And then there's plenty of hay in the Littles barn that will close the north wall so that the wind doesn't blow in. And we'll make a decision about Bucky's and Voodoo too. They tend to, they do like their blankets. The horses do like their blankets, but we don't like to have their blankets on and have them turned out because they will roll. And I would hate for one of them to get tangled, especially with Bucky's and the way that his vision is just not great. It would be better to keep them in the stall overnight. So, we got a lot going on. Somebody says Norma wants to see her baby. Well, her baby is there eating right now. I'm not going to pull her off because she's a hungry girl. I never would have guessed that a flower named pansy is so hardy. Somebody says pansies are very hardy. And I have to tell you that when I think of the term pansy, obviously it is a flower, but I feel like that means delicate. And Not rough and tough and able to withstand some of the coldest temperatures ever, but they did. They absolutely did. Um, I'm a little bit nervous about my fig trees. Fig bush, they're trees, right? Fig bush trees, they're trees. I had them fully covered during this freeze, but of course, all the leaves died back and they had little buds on them at the time, which I know is like, it's hard. With as cold as it got, I'm pretty sure that died. I don't know how far back it's dead yet. And I read that I need to wait a while to see if I need to trim it back or what's going to happen. And I feel like that's so frustrating to have to trim them back because they were so big and beautiful and doing so good in the ground. And the same thing with I have a Meyer lemon tree that I've been growing for, I guess it's 3 years now. 3 years that I'm a survivor. Since March of 2020. So my grandfather passed away in March of 2020, and my grandma said that, Grandpa wanted us all to have to plant a tree in his honor. So I planted a lemon tree, and I bought it at a little flea market, and I planted it in that round planter in the middle, and it grew to be about 2 or 3 foot tall. And then we had the first winter freeze of 21, and it killed it back to like 2 inches. Okay, fine. Well, it got to be another 3.5 foot tall. And then this was covered again during this winter storm, but I'm pretty sure I lost quite a bit of it again. So kind of bummed about that, but it's resilient, keeps coming back. It's meant to be short, I guess. It's never going to produce fruit, I guess. We'll see. But I think that I hope that we get it. If this really does freeze tomorrow night, that if it could be our last, that would be really great. In a few weeks, my work people are coming here, and I'm so nervous about, is it going to be so muddy and sloppy? Is it going to be rainy and cold and nasty, and it's not going to be fun for everybody because we'll be all just stuck in the shop type of thing. I'm really praying for some good weather on that day. And we've been working our tails off to get everything ready for it. And it's forced us to get organized. It's forced us to clean up things that we've been putting off. So as much as Lester may say, oh my gosh, it created so much work for us, it's work that needed to be done. We needed a little kick in the booty to make things happen. That's for sure. I'm trying to read comments about the snowstorm. I have no envy for y'all that are getting ready to get that snowstorm. Rocky fell asleep. Rocky is literally, Rocky's like halfway. Oh, there he goes. He was like sucking on mom and fell asleep, and his head just sort of fell down, and then everybody else was still wiggling and moving, and they're moving him down the way. Oh, well. This is going to be really fun. The work event is going to be fun. We have a lot of really neat things going on. I told you on Sunday that I ordered chickens. I didn't tell Lester before that live. Legitimately, he had no idea that I was going to order chickens. But have you seen the prices of eggs? Like, it's nuts. And as far as the feathers go and getting chicks, I want them in the coop. I want them to be able to have eggs in the right spot that we gather. And that's another part of wanting to, pay blessings forward as well. That and Al Davis Al Davis really likes eggs cooked, like scrambled eggs. And I think it's really good for him. The ostriches really like scrambled eggs, and it's really good for them, especially Tina. So I might have ordered quite a bit of chickens. We'll see how that works out. I've never done that. I've never ordered chickens from Tractor Supply before, because normally you just walk into Tractor Supply and there's chicks there. Well, they're not there, and I don't know when they're coming. So online you can order, I think it's like 10 or 12, depending upon what you order. So I did that. Whoopsie. It's going to be fine. Anyway, Eggs in Connecticut are $9 a dozen. Yeah, I saw them. Our current Walmart price for a dozen is $6.79. And I can't, that is insane. I'll just say that. And this isn't about politics or anything else like that. Like, all I can say is that I will get my own. I will get my own. And that's how I'm going to do it. And if I end up with too many eggs or too many chickens, I can pay blessings forward, because until like a few weeks ago, I'd never seen a homeless chicken running around. Lester saw one in a video and made a video about a chicken that was at the Valero, but it probably honestly belonged to the house right next door. So anyway, I'm excited about the chicks. I'm hoping that they'll also be here for the event, because I know that most of those people have never experienced holding a baby chick in their hands. So I'll consider starting them here at Longhorn Lester's in the shop, where they can be out of the weather, because it still is pretty chilly to raise chicks in. And then once they get to the point where they just need to be in the coop and not in like the redneck hot tub, then I'll bring them to I'm a Survivor and put them in the coop, and we'll raise them the right way, where we have chickens that go in the coop at night and use the electric door and aren't shy and scared of the door that closes and run into it, type of thing. So look at how big Pugsley is compared to everybody else. His little feet and body come out like a whole other 4 inches than everybody else. He is huge, y'all. Huge. Anyway, well, and I could always scramble eggs for some dogs too if we get too many eggs too. Don't think that I don't have like every angle thought of about how this is a good thing for us, because it's a good thing for us. Chickens are a good thing, and I'm excited about it. I really did lose quite a bit of my chickens this year to predators and whatnot, and I'm excited to bring some new ones, some new characters, and some new feather babies into our lives. All right, y'all. I've rambled, and I'm laying here on the floor for over an hour now, and my body is telling me it's time to get off the floor. So I'm going to let y'all go for tonight. And I just want to say thanks for hanging out with me. Maybe next week we'll have some eyes open and be in an actual whelping box, and maybe we'll be back in the camper next week too. I'm not sure. So anyway, somebody says, what breed did you order? One more time. I ordered some rare and some Plymouth Rock, I think. Is that right? The ones that are black and white, like checkered, like Pawpaw has. And then some Easter eggers as well. Whoopsie. It's quite a few chickens coming. Lester's going to have a heart attack. It's fine. It'll be fine. All right, guys. I love you so much. And I'll see you soon. I promise that. All right. Bye, Facebook, YouTube. Y'all be good. I love you.